On the day Ethan's first love returned, he handed me a divorce agreement. Sign it. It's fake, just act in a play to make her happy, he added casually when I didn't respond. I pursed my lips and quietly signed my name. After getting up and leaving, I heard teasing laughter from the private room. Sister-in-law really listens to you like that, Ethan. Wouldn't she go with you to get the certificate without blinking if you said so? Ethan casually looked at the agreement in his hand. Want to bet? They bet that as long as Ethan spoke, I would cry like a dog but still obediently follow behind him. We got the divorce certificate. I didn't stop my steps and didn't look back. I answered a phone call, and the boy on the other end had a rising tone, softly acting spoiled. Divorce him, okay, sister? Okay. ? Didn't lie to me? The other side paused for a few seconds. I hung up the phone. The teasing laughter in the private room didn't stop. Okay, let's bet. If sister-in-law is really so obedient, I'll cover the wine money for the next 3 months for all of us brothers. Don't rush, Ethan said leisurely. There was another burst of playful noise. I walked out blankly. It wasn't until I stepped out of the club door, looked up at the full sunlight, that tears rolled down from my eyes. That young master has been pursuing someone recently. Not the aristocratic ladies in the socialite circle who hold red wine and pretend to be elegant, but a little girl who wears cotton skirts and squats at the alley entrance to feed stray cats. A 500 square meter Riverview penthouse within the 3rd Ring Road, a newly added pink Cullinan in the garage, sets of jewelry on the dressing table, all sent to her like flowing water. The girl took off the jewelry necklace and returned it to him. Too heavy, it's uncomfortable. Ethan bit his cigarette and smiled. Then what do you want? Moonlight leaked in from the floor-to-ceiling window, casting small shadows of her eyelashes on her face. Ethan, what do you call this kind of person in your circle? She stroked the wrinkles on the leather sofa. Mistress? Plaything? The ashtray was suddenly swept to the ground. When Ethan pinched her chin and approached, he smelled the cheap jasmine shampoo scent in her hair, different from his bed partners who used salon fragrances. Pretending to be noble. He sneered, you clearly know my background. The girl suddenly looked up and laughed, revealing 2 small tiger teeth. That's why it's even more impossible. She gently tapped his chest. I don't be a mistress. Up to now, I have already forgotten how many plays Ethan has asked me to act with him. True or false, in the end, only I took it seriously. The first time, he said he liked me. At that time I didn't know who Luna was. In the amusement park, I tightly held Ethan's hand, our fingers interlocked. My eyes were full of laughter, soaking in happiness. Ethan was constantly scrolling on his phone. He suddenly looked surprised, put away his phone, and looked around. Following his gaze, I saw a beautiful girl wearing a white skirt. The same as the skirt on me. That was Luna. She didn't notice us and was chatting and laughing with the boy accompanying her. Ethan pulled me toward them. Facing Luna and that boy, Ethan's smile was forced. His competitive spirit kicked in, and he introduced me to her. Luna, this is my girlfriend. After greeting and parting ways, Ethan let go of my hand and turned to leave. After that, he didn't contact me once for 3 days. The second time, he quarreled with me. While traveling in an unfamiliar city, he said he was going to buy water but never came back. I was alone in the unfamiliar city, with my wallet and phone on him, feeling lost and helpless. Later, I learned that Ethan had been following me from afar all along, just watching me get lost, get rained on, and cry bitterly. He recorded a video and sent it mockingly to Luna. Really, can't leave me for a moment, just separated for a while and crying like this. I don't know what Luna replied, but his face instantly turned cold, and he returned to the hotel alone. The third time, he wanted to marry me. We're together. The latest post on Facebook was Luna's official announcement of a hand-holding photo after losing a dare. Ethan looked at it for several hours. Then he drove to my house. Clara, let's get the certificate. We had a long-standing engagement, but Ethan had been dragging it out, saying he hadn't had enough fun and wasn't willing to marry. Now that he suddenly proposed, everyone just thought he had matured and was willing to settle down. So, I joyfully followed him into the marriage hall. And this time, he said he wanted to divorce me. "Clara, let's get the certificate." The exact same words. "Okay." I interrupted Ethan as he was about to continue explaining. His face showed some astonishment. "Really? You agree?" I calmed my mood, my eyes stinging, throat sour. I agree." On the day we went to the Civil Affairs Bureau, Ethan was unusually excited from the moment he woke up. He drove to pick me up before work hours and went to the bureau. While waiting outside, he replied to phone messages and casually said to me, "What gift do you want for your birthday next month? Do you still want a music box? You've liked this since childhood, every birthday, giving you this makes you happy." We grew up together. When I was 6, he gave me a music box, and I was extremely happy. After that, he thought I only liked music boxes and never bothered to give anything else. At 9 in the morning, we entered the Civil Affairs Bureau on time. During the wait, he looked at me and gently wiped my red, moist eye corners. "Why are you crying?" "It's just acting in a play to coax her. Did you take it seriously?" His tone was indulgent, but his hand replying to messages didn't stop. At the window, the staff asked, according to regulations, "Is the divorce voluntary for both parties?" "Yes." They also asked about the reason for divorce, whether there were children, etc., and we cooperated fully. The procedures were quick. Ethan took the receipt. "After a 1-month cooling-off period, you two can come to collect the divorce certificate." Before leaving the Civil Affairs Bureau, Ethan took a photo of the receipt and casually handed the slip to me. He lowered his head to send messages. Immediately, my phone also received a message. A screenshot was sent to my phone. "Brother is single now, stop saying mistress or not, if you don't find it unpleasant, I do." Below was a photo of the divorce registration application receipt. The sender was Luna. This divorce was also acted for her to see. I looked up at Ethan. He was walking ahead, his steps lively and cheerful. He said it was acting for Luna to see. Now it seems, was it really for her, or for me? I replied calmly, "Have fun." Luna on the other side didn't reply again. Instead, another message popped up. "Do you have time tomorrow?" I took a taxi back myself. Ethan was really eager to find Luna, and I sensibly didn't disturb. I got up early today and was tired, so I dozed off in the car. I dreamed of Ethan again. We grew up together, our families were old friends, and the elders had a good relationship. The young Ethan was very good to me. I had a weak constitution since childhood and didn't go out often. He was my only peer playmate. He would praise me for looking like a princess in pretty skirts and say he would always protect Clara's sister. The little him cherished holding my hand, leading me to the elders. With a childish tone, he asked everyone, "When I grow up, can I marry Clara's sister?" The adults laughed, and the engagement was set like that. After that, we were even more inseparable, and our families bought old houses together. Until that day. I followed behind Ethan as usual. He was with a group of good friends. They were laughing and joking, talking about recent fun events. The phone rang, and I answered. "Is this Clara? I'm sorry to inform you that the flight AC-4968 your parents were on has crashed, with no survivors currently." My mind went blank, and I didn't hear anything else on the phone. Seeing I didn't follow, the little Ethan took the phone. His face changed, and he picked up the bewildered me who had lost my senses and took me back to his home. For a long time after that, I didn't dare to sleep alone. Ethan coaxed me to sleep every night, softly singing gentle songs and telling warm fairy tales. From then on, my world only had him left. From elementary to high school, we were always desk mates. Going to school together, going home together. In the most youthful and romantic adolescent period, I never made other friends. All I knew was him. Ethan domineeringly and plainly isolated me from interactions with peers. Just like that, as childhood sweethearts, we walked through more than 10 years. Naturally, one day, he looked at me with a smile, gently kissed my eyes. He said we would be together forever. He said he would take care of me for a lifetime. He said our world would only have each other. The car jolted, and I woke from the dream. I took out my phone to check the time, and coincidentally, a text popped up. It was a picture with bright red roses covering the bed sheet, the bathroom door steaming with mist, faintly reflecting a familiar man's figure inside. My heart ached. My hands trembled as I turned off the phone, closed my eyes, forcing myself to forget all this. After getting home, I dazedly walked into the bathroom, let cold water pour from my head, hugged my knees with both hands, and squatted helplessly in the corner, crying bitterly. The bathroom water was turned on loud, covering all sounds. I don't know how long passed. I returned to the bedroom dripping wet and glanced at the phone. There were strikingly 27 missed calls, all from the same person. At this moment, another call came in. I answered but didn't speak. The other side was silent for a moment, then a clean and clear male voice came, like jade striking ice in this silent night. What happened? Why not answering the phone? Ryan. He heard the choke in my voice. Sister, what's wrong? Ryan is my direct junior in university. For 4 years in university, Ethan and I didn't attend together. He said he was tired of the city's dullness and boredom, yearning for the freshness and freedom of unfamiliar cities. I stayed alone in Haicheng for university. Ryan is a junior 1 year below me in the same major. One day, we were in a professional class. He knocked and entered, nodded to the teacher on the podium, then walked straight to the back row of the classroom, sat down, put on headphones, and started typing on the computer. The teacher on the podium was the kindest and most tolerant professor in the college, just smiled and continued lecturing, thinking he was a late student. With my personality, I wouldn't normally notice these things, but he happened to sit next to me. Near the end of class, his gaze still on the assignment on the screen, he casually asked, "Excuse me, classmate, please send me a copy of the slides after class, thanks." The overly familiar tone made me frown. I didn't answer and just focused on the lecture. When no answer came for a while, he turned his head puzzledly to look at me. Just one glance, he was stunned, his delicate face instantly red to the ears. He opened his mouth for a long time but didn't say anything more. After class, he chased after me, his drooping puppy eyes black and bright, looking at me like a frolicking puppy, as if I could see a tail wagging nonstop behind him. "Hello, senior sister, I'm Ryan, class of 20. The boy in front of me had delicate features, and when speaking to me, his ending tone always rose slightly, like acting spoiled. I never talked to strangers, so I sidestepped him and continued walking. He followed on his own, still chattering familiarly. "Senior sister, what's your name?" "Senior sister, is your next professional class at this time too?" "Senior sister." After that, he reserved seats for me in big classes every day, pretended to bump into me on campus runs, and even in the cafeteria, I could always see his waiting figure. Slowly, in the 4 years Ethan was out of contact, he gradually filled my university life in his way. Similarly, it was also in these 4 years that Luna appeared. We lived our lives as two parallel lines. He pursued his freshness freely, and I made the first friend in my life besides him. After marrying Ethan, my life returned to normal, although later Ryan said it was pathological. Ryan was unusually quiet for 2 days after learning I was married. Until I had a stomach attack and was sent to the hospital, my roommate contacted my emergency number, Ethan. The other side answered with a coquettish female voice. "Who is it, Ethan? It's for you." The roommate hurriedly hung up, and the other side didn't call back. It ended there. But Ryan heard I was in the hospital and hurriedly brought flowers and fruits. He squatted by the bed, his wet eyes looking up at me from below, full of heartache. Perhaps because the weather was good, my favorite overcast rainy day, or because he had a pair of beautiful eyes. Anyway, that day I opened my heart to someone for the first time. That day, I told him a lot about myself, except for childhood. Most of it was like Ethan's autobiographical memoir. I then realized that my first half of life was missing the most important part, myself. After graduation, my world again had only Ethan left. Or rather, I framed myself back into a world with only Ethan. Until the appearance of that divorce agreement tore apart all pretended decency. I always knew about Luna's existence. That girl had been sending messages to me from the beginning. But if Ethan didn't mention it, I didn't say anything. Rather than deep love, it was that I was too lazy to investigate, too lazy to break this peace. I had long been accustomed to it. One day after signing the divorce agreement, I went to the club to deliver an umbrella to him as usual. The familiar private room was noisy. "Ethan, if sister-in-law knows you divorced for Luna, what if she really gets angry with you?" "Her? She won't get angry." I heard Ethan's casual answer. Yes, he was so certain that I wouldn't get angry with him. That's true. I really don't know how Ethan married her because of childhood friendship with her personality. What can she do without Ethan? Okay, stop talking. Clara is almost here. After a few minutes, I pushed the door in. He took the umbrella and invited me to sit down and play together. I smiled and refused, turned and left. Looking at the message from Ryan on my phone, I thought and replied, okay. Looking at several messages from Ryan on my phone. Then after you divorce that person, can you be with me, okay? If you don't want to, it's fine, I'll continue pursuing you. Don't have any psychological burden, you're so good, definitely. Until my reply okay appeared, his screen-filling messages stopped. After a few seconds pause, he called directly. Sister, what you said above, is it true? You really agree to be with me? Even through the phone, I could hear the suppressed excitement in his tone. I could imagine him wagging his tail and spinning in circles. It's true. I agree. I answered sentence by sentence. That's great. No, I mean too regrettable. No, still great. Then I'll help you contact a divorce lawyer first. I have a cousin at home who is a lawyer. His professional level is very good. He seemed afraid the hope would fall through, just wanting to quickly sever my connection with Ethan. Everything after that went smoothly, with Ryan's brother fully handling my divorce matters. During this period, Ryan accompanied me in doing something more important, finding myself back. We went to the mountaintop to watch the sunrise, camped to watch the sunset, ran together on the beach. Are you happy? He shouted with a prolonged tone on the beach. I'm very happy. I also imitated him, shouting with a prolonged tone. This was the first time I was so happy after my parents' death. After hearing I was moving out of that house, Ryan insisted on accompanying me to pack luggage there. I sat on the sofa, watching him busy packing. Ethan sent me a message at this time, a picture. The photo showed an exquisite music box, with a cute boutique store abroad in the background. But in the upper right corner of the photo, half a woman's finger was exposed. How about sending you this for your birthday in a few days? No need to ask, you'll definitely like it anyway. Why haven't you replied for so long? He was used to me being at his beck and call, always replying instantly. Receiving his message, I felt an inexplicable annoyance in my heart. Looking up, I saw Ryan lifting his shirt to wipe sweat, his clear abdominal muscles and lean waistline particularly attractive. Seeing me look at him, Ryan raised a shy and handsome smile, his ear tips red. I also smiled. Life is indeed full of hope. The day before getting the divorce certificate, Ethan returned to the country and sent a message. Why aren't you at home? He didn't notice my luggage was gone too, just thought I was out playing. Perhaps after a long time without reply, or he finally discovered my things were all gone. He called. Clara? What's wrong with you? Seeing my silence, he chuckled lowly. Angry? I've never seen you angry, it's quite rare. Didn't I tell you? This time it's a fake divorce, just acting for her. You didn't take it seriously, did you? I was just silent, for the first time not knowing what to say to him. There was still noisy background sound on his side, probably that group of friends gathered at his home. Clara, you remember, tomorrow we go to get the certificate. Ethan was about to say something more, but there was a burst of cheering and a girl's shy and annoyed scolding laughter. His breathing suddenly quickened, then he urged me to sleep early, told me not to be late tomorrow, and hurriedly hung up. The next day, we both arrived early at the Civil Affairs Bureau coincidentally. After a month without seeing, Ethan hadn't changed at all, but I had. He came forward and hugged me, familiarly touching my hair. "Why so early? How did you sleep last night?" I unobtrusively avoided his action and finally looked at him seriously. "It's open, let's go in." I didn't answer his question. The process of getting the certificate was extremely simple. Soon we walked out of the Civil Affairs door with the brand new divorce certificate. He curiously examined the divorce certificate in his hand, turning back to smile at me. "Come find you for dinner later, what do you want to eat?" As if nothing had happened, but he didn't know everything had changed. "Ethan, goodbye." I bid him farewell. He also waved at me. "Okay, goodbye then. I'll pick you up in the evening." Ethan didn't understand what my goodbye meant, of course, he didn't bother to understand. He comforted me like completing a task, seeing I had no negative emotions, then turned and left first. I looked at his back, just like every time before, what he left was a back view. This time he didn't look back either. I smiled relievedly and turned to leave. Ethan's past goodness to me is undeniable. Without him, I couldn't have gotten through the days right after my parents' death. He always stayed by my side, comforting me softly, advising gently. No matter what he does now, it can't erase the goodness of the former Ethan to me. Back home, I inexplicably felt tired and just wanted to sleep deeply. But in the middle of the night, I was woken by the phone ring, answered casually, saw the storm and thunder outside the window, and my mood improved a bit. The next second, the voice from the phone threw me completely into the abyss. "Sister Luna, stop playing with your phone over there and come play with everyone." Then a delicate female voice said, "Okay." "Her? Don't mention her, boring to death, like a log in bed, not making a sound, how can she compare to our Miss Luna?" "Sister Luna, you're much more interesting than Ethan's wife, that Clara really has no merits except being obedient. I really don't know how Ethan tolerated it all these years." "Yes, this divorce means you've finally ended your suffering, Ethan." I don't know what was said next. The girl called Sister Luna seemed angry, and everyone softly coaxed her. "Luna, as I told you, with Clara, it was all just pretending out of pity from childhood. Actually, I find her extremely annoying." "Don't be angry, Luna, it's all in the past." "I didn't like her anyway. It was my mom and those elders who insisted on us marrying. Good that we finally divorced this time. I'll take you to see my mom tomorrow, okay? Her parents died early. Oh well, quite pitiful. Let's play, don't mention her, it's a buzzkill." As if something I had always held in my heart shattered with a boom. My hands and feet were cold, my whole body shaking. I never knew he and his friends saw me this way all along, nor did I expect Ethan could say such heart-piercing words. The storm outside was still pounding the windows, thunder drowning my sobs. I suddenly felt so lost, my connection to the world disappeared in an instant. "Ethan, Ethan." In my wandering helplessness, my fingers unconsciously clenched, accidentally dialing a call. Even so late, the other side answered quickly. "Sister? What's wrong so late, did something happen?" It was Ryan, was it fate? I accidentally dialed Ryan. I didn't know how to say or what to say, just cried endlessly. "Are you home alone?" Don't cry, I'll be there right away." In less than 10 minutes, Ryan arrived. He was panting, raindrops flowing down his hair. Seeing me curled up in the corner, shoulders trembling violently, looking up at him with swollen eyes almost unable to open. Ryan's eyes full of heartache, silent, bent down to pick me up. My head covered with his coat, shrinking in his arms, we walked into the rain curtain together. Yes you, hand over the card to pay for the drinks." "Yes, Ethan." Quickly slapped the divorce certificate on his face, haha. Everyone burst into laughter, Ethan reclining in the middle of the sofa laughing with everyone. In the drunken stupor, I don't know how long passed. One of Ethan's childhood friends exclaimed. Damn, look if this is sister-in-law. What sister-in-law, which one? Who else? Ethan's. Everyone crowded their heads around him, looking at his phone. It really is her. The first exclaiming childhood friend jumped to show the phone to Ethan. Ethan took the phone helplessly, thinking they were funny. However, just one look at the photo, he was stunned. The girl inside, who else could it be but Clara? In the photo, a man and a woman stood side by side, smiling at each other by the sea, like a golden boy and jade girl. The post caption, family, who did I capture as brother and sister-in-law? Hundreds of thousands of likes, tens of thousands of comments. All kindly praising the two for being beautiful and matching, one of which caught his attention. Isn't this that young master? Ethan slowly read this comment. Zhou family? Which Zhou family, the one in the capital? One whose family was in the capital took the phone and looked carefully at the photo. It really is the Zhou family's young master? How is sister-in-law with him? How do they know each other? Ethan also wanted to ask, Clara's world only had him, no friends, no relatives, when did she meet someone else without him knowing? He slowly drew out a cigarette and lit it, didn't smoke, just let it burn. Everyone saw his expression was off, so they found excuses to leave together. The private room was left with him alone, dim lights, only a bit of red light flickering. He took out his phone, found that post, and examined it seriously for a long time. Sneered, dialed the phone. Didn't care it was 3 a.m., anyway Clara was always at beck and call. Sorry, the number you dialed is busy, please try again later. 3 calls in a row, no one answered. She dared to block me? At this time I was at Ryan's home, tired from crying, drowsily sleeping in his bedroom. I felt someone walking lightly over, sitting by the bed. His slender fingers cautiously stroked my brows and eyes, fingertips gently tracing my slightly trembling eyelashes due to unease. I unconsciously leaned toward the heat source, he cooperated by bending down closer to me. I buried my face in his neck, he instantly stiffened, holding his breath afraid to disturb this tranquility, until I softly murmured his name. The morning sunlight gently sprinkled into the room, I hadn't slept so well in a long time, stretched my body and got out of bed. At this time, Ryan walked into the bedroom, holding an exquisite tray with breakfast he made early in the morning. He gently walked to my side, tenderly stroked my hair, softly coaxing me. Sister is awake, eat breakfast first. Everything in front of me was warmth I hadn't had since my parents' death. To escape the past painful memories, I temporarily stayed at Ryan's place. But Ryan seemed suddenly very busy recently, leaving early and returning late every day. By chance, I saw him return very late one time, dressed very formally, changing his usual youthful style. A tailored navy blue suit jacket clung to his broad shoulders and narrow waist, exuding an elite aura. It was a Ryan I had never seen, accustomed to his sunny puppy-like self. Suddenly seeing him so steady and composed, I wasn't used to it for a moment, thinking as I touched my somewhat hot face. A few days later, he returned to his original life rhythm, no longer leaving early and returning late. I peeked from outside the door at his back making dinner, seeing his obedient appearance made my heart itch for a moment. Suddenly walking forward, I slipped my cold hand into his collar. Ryan was startled and almost knocked over the frying pan. He turned and trapped me against the counter, rubbing my face with his flour-dusted nose. The air was filled with the aroma of food and our laughter. In the end, we ate the burnt dinner together. With Ryan's company, I gradually integrated into normal life and discovered many beauties in ordinary life. I accidentally found the fridge always had fresh tomatoes. Ryan never used them for cooking, but changed them to fresh ones every day. I asked him why. His stirring action didn't stop, casually answering, I noticed before that you like eating raw tomatoes, so I always keep them. My heart warmed. Is this the feeling of being truly cared for? So happy. Just as I was immersed in the happiness of ordinary life with Ryan, a message from an unknown number broke the peace. Where are you? Who are you with? Why not answering my calls? Is it Ethan? Next, messages from different numbers snowed in. reply to me. Who's holding your phone? Stop messing around, come home quickly. 118 The pain of recent separation surged again, but this time I had no sadness. I stood in the memories, but this time like a third-party observer. Another call came. I stopped my flower-arranging hand, slowly halting. Ryan, lying on the table accompanying me, tilted his head, looked puzzled at me, then at the phone. I gave him a reassuring smile, answered the call, and pressed speaker. Clara, where have you been this time, not contacting me? Someone photographed you with the Zhou family's young master Ryan. That's not you, right? Speak. If you don't speak, don't want this year's birthday gift. I was really too good to you before. He kept talking non-stop, until Ryan's sentence. Sister, who is this? Your cheating ex-husband? The air froze. I looked at Ryan in front of me, squinting his eyes like a fox, smiling proudly at me, and extended my hand to him. He held my hand, rubbing his handsome face against my palm. Who? Who are you with? Are you childish or not, finding a man to deliberately anger me? Okay, stop messing, come home quickly. I said it was acting, why are you angry instead? I calmly called his name. Ethan, we are already divorced, don't disturb me. The other side sneered, tone mocking. Can you be sensible, Clara, always jealous randomly, don't be so petty, Luna is just a little girl who doesn't understand anything, why are you angry with her? You. I found it amusing, hung up without waiting for him to finish, then blocked this number too. By chance, I discovered Ryan's phone memo was full of records of all my preferences. Likes eating grapes but doesn't like peeling. Tomatoes and carrots only raw, doesn't eat scallions, loves cilantro. Habits picking hands when afraid. Wants strawberry ice cream when sad. The latest one, made sweet and sour ribs today, she ate an extra bowl of rice, cute, do it again next time. Ryan came back from the kitchen and saw this, his face exploded red, quickly ran over to grab the phone back. I hid it behind me not giving it, he bowed begging for mercy but failed, approached wanting to take it unnoticed. Suddenly enveloped in his shadow. His body with mint scent encircled me, I panicked and lifted my head. He happened to bend down, lips accidentally brushed. Both stiffened at the same time, his Adam's apple rolled rapidly, eyelashes casting trembling shadows below his eyes. The explanatory words disappeared in his sudden leaning distance. The first touch was light like snowflakes falling. When separating, I tasted the sweetness of lemon candy lingering on his lips, and he was rubbing his hot lower lip with his fingertip, as if not believing that there had just bloomed the softness of an entire spring. Coming back to senses, I blushed and stepped back, but he still didn't let go, even circling me tighter. He lowered his head, slowly extended his hand, irresistibly lifted my chin, slowly approached, his breathing became warm and rapid, gently brushing my face. His lips gently touched again, that instant like an electric current spreading through both bodies. This kiss was gentle and cautious, as if treating the world's most precious treasure. Behind came the muffled sound of the phone falling, but no one wanted to end this kiss first. His voice low and hoarse. Will you marry me? Dizzy and feverish, I agreed to Ryan's proposal. Coming back to senses, I started regretting. But looking at Ryan in front still touching his lip corner and silly smiling, my heart softened completely. Beauty misleads people. The next day, he took me to get a visa, then hurriedly helped me pack luggage. It wasn't until the plane landed safely that I realized, because by his side, my fear of flying had disappeared completely. We held hands, strolling by the foreign lake as usual. Walking, Ryan suddenly stopped, I looked at him puzzled. He took a deep breath, took out a small exquisite red velvet box from his pocket. He slowly knelt on one knee, opened the box, inside was a simple yet exquisite ring. Sunlight sprinkled on the ring, refracting brilliant light, reflecting Ryan's sincere and affectionate eyes. Clara, will you marry me? From the moment I first saw you, my world changed because of you. You are the most beautiful encounter in my life, every moment with you makes me incredibly happy. Today, I want to make a lifetime promise to you here. Will you marry me? Let me guard you with the rest of my life? The surrounding local residents saw the proposal scene and crowded around cheering. I extended my right hand, also smiling ear to ear. I feel this time won't be wrong. At this moment, I am very sure I love him. We got the certificate in Ireland, married in this country that prohibits divorce. Everything was happy like a fairy tale. On the return trip, Ryan held our marriage certificate and silly smiled all the way. Seeing me staring at him, he brought his head to my face and rubbed. At the airport, we unexpectedly met Ethan again. He was holding Luna's hand, chatting and laughing on the other side. Ethan turned back and saw us, his face changed, ignored Luna by his hand, and walked straight toward us. Noticing him coming over, I held Ryan, who was still in the marriage dream, and turned to run. Ryan didn't know why I suddenly ran, but he still grabbed my hand back and ran with me. On the way home, the phone kept ringing non-stop. Clara, who is that person? You are my wife, walking with another man. Do you have any shame? It's been so long, haven't you made enough fuss? Giving you one last chance, come home before tomorrow, my mom wants to see you. He is not the Ethan I knew before, no, or I never truly knew Ethan. He has always been this vile. After returning to the country, overwhelming messages asked what happened. I was puzzled. Shouldn't be, no one knows about my marriage with Ryan. High school classmates not very familiar sent messages asking. It was about Ethan. He was posting photos with Luna on Facebook lavishly, intimate gestures, sweet atmosphere. What's going on, Clara? Did you separate? Heard you married long ago. Then this is. Turns out he hadn't spread the news of our divorce yet. We divorced long ago. The photos match well, wish them happiness. Not long after sending these messages, that classmate sent a screenshot. Ethan seemed stimulated, madly showing affection. Also said preparing to propose to Luna, claiming this is true love. I felt helpless and politely refused that classmate's offer to relay messages again. Opened my never-updated Facebook, had Ryan hold up the marriage certificates, took a photo and uploaded it. The photo showed a pair of distinct knuckled big hands holding two marriage certificates, obviously a man's hands. The first thing to do after returning this time was marriage notarization. Ryan had also started taking over the family business, busy at the company all day. It wasn't until then that I truly knew the Ryan in front of me, the young master of the Capitol's show family. Before, in front of me, he was like an always energetic happy puppy, exuding irresistible enthusiasm. His smile seemed to dispel all the gloom in the world, a pair of bright eyes always sparkling with curiosity and excitement. Wherever he went, he was like a little sun, passing happiness to everyone around, especially me. Clearly in front of others, he was decisive and unsmiling Ryan, but at home, he automatically switched to puppy mode. Not peaceful for many days, Ethan sent a message to meet, saying last divorce still had some property division procedures needing signature. Although I didn't want to see him again, over so many years, my parents' left industries and heritage had long been mixed with the Chu family. To get back my parents' heritage, I had to go. Ryan heard about this, contacted his brother who works in law. If I didn't want to meet, he could fully handle it for me, only sign when necessary. I naturally gladly accepted his kindness, but Ethan couldn't accept. Clara, are you crazy? You married someone randomly to anger me. Come out to see me, any misunderstanding we can clarify in person. I won't talk to that lawyer. If you want to handle, come find me personally. Today Luna has a performance, I have to accompany her, any matter talk in a few days. To solve the trouble once, I finally agreed to meet. But looking at Ethan's messages, I was speechless again. Since last time, this was the third time he postponed the meeting. Either accompanying Luna to buy clothes or watch a concert. Right, tomorrow night there's a charity gala, apologize to me, it's not that I can't take you. Charity gala? I ignored his message and started recalling. This morning before Ryan went to the company, he seemed to mention a banquet tomorrow night, acting spoiled, insisting I accompany him, or he wouldn't go to work. Can't be the same one by coincidence. But even if it is, it's fine, just take this opportunity to settle things completely. Many years not attending such occasions, my phone long didn't have professional stylist's contact. I sent a message out. Soon, a call came. Hello, Mrs. Ryan. I'm your stylist. Ryan asked me to contact you. When are you available? I'll come to select a gown for you. My heart warmed. He always like this, putting any of my matters to heart. Just told him I agree to accompany tomorrow. He immediately thought of gown and makeup issues. In a carefully selected gown, I entered the banquet with light posture. The moment stepping into the hall, my gaze precisely captured Ethan, that man who once occupied an important position in my life. He was surrounded by people, Luna snuggling beside, both chatting happily. That group of familiar bad friends around him, eyes still with past contempt, following his gaze toward me. Clara? Why are you here? His voice seemed squeezed from between teeth, but his eyes uncontrollably lingered on my exposed shoulder line. My gaze passed him, falling on Luna in his arms. His face slightly changed, eyes subconsciously dodging, then tightened his hold on Luna, pulled a smug smile, tone with some self-satisfied contempt. Didn't you say not coming? Without my invitation, how did you sneak in? If in the past, I would have been aggrieved and at a loss. But now is different, my heart had no ripples, just calmly looking at him. He then sneered. You didn't say you were coming before, so I gave the invitation to Luna. The surrounding bad friends cooperated with laughter, piercing mockery echoing in my ears. At this moment, the banquet music suddenly changed, spotlight whoosh hit the entrance. A tall figure strode in, the whole venue instantly quiet enough to hear a pin drop. I looked closely, it was Ryan. He had temporary business, told me to come first, he would arrive later. He walked firmly through the crowd, straight to my side, naturally held my hand. Sorry, I'm late. Then facing everyone, voice steady and powerful. Let me introduce to everyone, this is my companion, also my wife. His gaze coldly swept over the group who had just mocked me freely, eyes full of disdain. My mouth slightly raised, expression calm, gently holding the arm of the person beside. Looking at Ethan and his group again, faces alternating pale and green, eyes full of astonishment and unwillingness. And Luna beside him, also full of embarrassment, at a loss. Those who tried to embarrass me earlier, now like frostbitten eggplants, lost their earlier arrogance. I turned my head to look at him beside, he returned a gentle smile, as if repeating his marriage vow, from now on, he will block all storms for me. The moment Ryan's hand rested on my waist, the noisy sound in the entire banquet hall seemed paused. The temperature of his fingertips burned my skin through the fabric, voice neither high nor low, but enough for all to hear. My wife and I will hold the wedding next month. After the banquet, invitations will be distributed, sincerely inviting everyone to attend. The air froze for a second. Then, I clearly heard gasps from all around. Someone knocked over a champagne glass, the glass shattering sound crisp like a slap. My peripheral vision caught Ethan's face, pale, stiff, like stabbed in the chest. His bad friend's widened eyes, mouths open enough to fit an egg. The Zhou family's partners quickly put on proper smiles, raised glasses to me. Mrs. Ryan, long admired. I slightly raised my head, looking at Ryan's angular side face. Remembering first meeting, he was always like a frolicking happy puppy. On campus, he was always full of vitality, mouth with a brilliant almost silly smile, two tiger teeth playfully exposed. And now standing beside me, he already had a steady and reserved CEO appearance. When Ryan publicly announced my identity, his fingers gently rubbed my waist, like silent comfort. I suddenly wanted to laugh. So this is the feeling of being cherished. Ethan finally recovered from shock, voice trembling. Clara, you. Ryan casually interrupted him. Master Ethan, do you have business with my wife? The word wife, he bit heavily. Ethan's Adam's apple rolled, eyes flickering. We. Ex-husband. I interjected lightly, smiling gently yet cruelly. He is my ex-husband. Ryan chuckled lowly, suddenly leaned to my ear. Seems Master Ethan's eyesight is really not good. His breath scalded my ear tip numb. Such a good wife, and willing to let go? This sentence volume neither big nor small, just for surrounding people to hear. Ethan's face looked worse, Luna beside him also ashen-faced. Ryan seemed to think the stimulation not enough, suddenly raised hand to stroke my face. His thumb gently wiped my lip corner, voice low hoarse. Lipstick smudged. This action too intimate, I could even smell the faint cedar scent from his cuff. Suppressed exclamations came from around. Ethan suddenly clenched his fist, knuckles white. And Ryan, this reserved and steady Joe air in front of outsiders, now in a posture all could see, lowered head to kiss my fingertip. Go home? He asked. I nodded smiling, let him hold me out. Passing Ethan, I heard him hoarsely call my name. But I didn't turn back. Broken mirror reunite? Sorry, I'm not a scrap collector. Later heard Ethan went crazy after going home, Luna also had a big fight with him, no more news from him. And here, Ryan was particularly off today. Usually decisive in company Ryan, now like a large dog pacing in the cloakroom, tie loosened then tied then loosened. Is this blue too serious? He frowned gesturing at the mirror, or the gray set looks steadier? I bit the juice straw, tilted head looking at him. Mr. Ryan, are you nervous? His action paused, ear tips instantly red, turned and hugged me into arms, chin rubbing my hair top muffled. I almost laughed out, who would think the new decisive, cold-faced Yama, in business, before meeting parents would panic like a high schooler on first date. The Zhou family old house was much warmer than I imagined. Just got off the car, a fluffy golden retriever excitedly pounced, tail wagging like a propeller. Ryan skillfully squatted to rub the dog head. Alan, this is Mom. Me. Ryan looked matter-of-fact. It has my surname, of course it's its mom. Before I reacted, a girl with ponytail rushed out from the house, eyes sparkling, hugged me. Sister-in-law. I'm Erica. My brother's screensaver is really your barefaced photo. Ryan, Erica. Old Madame Denise appeared smiling with a fruit plate. Oh, our family Ming Ming never brought a girl home from small to big, I was so nervous I didn't sleep all night. Old Master Henry wearing reading glasses poked head from behind newspaper, Clara, right? This kid said at 5 he wanted to marry a girl in white skirt, now seems he waited. Ryan's whole face flushed red, Grandpa. Help, what fairy family is this? What about the said deep-as-sea rich family? After dinner, old Madame Denise mysteriously pulled me into the study, took out a carved wooden box. This bracelet is passed down from Ming Ming's great-grandmother. She gently put the jade bracelet on my wrist, old Madame's eyes slightly red. But Ming Ming specially called last week, Grandma, Clara's wrist is thin, grind the bracelet inside smoother, don't chafe her. I lowered head touching the warm jade, heart softened completely. Suddenly thud from outside, then Erica's burst laughter. Bro, eavesdrop if you want, why hit the door? The guest room was long prepared, but Ryan holding pillow stood pitifully at the door. Old house heating insufficient. I raised eyebrow, so? I have high body temperature. His eyes wet, like a big dog wet by rain, can warm the bed. In the end, of course let him succeed. Midnight I woke from heat, found whole person circled in his arms. This person slept defenseless, eyelashes casting small shadows in moonlight, mouth slightly raised. I gently poked his cheek, he unconsciously grabbed my hand into his arms, mumbling. Wife. Next day breakfast, Ryan returned to elite mode, suit straight answering work calls. Erica secretly poked me. Sister-in-law, is my bro especially like a golden retriever in front of you? I looked at Ryan peeling egg for me, his wrist still wearing the strawberry hair tie he insisted on taking last night. Yes. I smiled biting the egg he handed. The kind of bad dog that steals and hides your things. Ryan's hand shook, egg yolk directly dropped into coffee. In whole family laughter, he tightly held my hand under the table, palm hot. At 3 a.m., I was woken by phone vibrating crazily. Erica sent over 10 messages. Ethan is crazy. He posted a short essay on Facebook, saying my bro is the mistress interfering. I clicked the link, almost laughed in anger. Ethan posted a short essay, with photo of me and Ryan, text sentimental like a suffering drama male lead. Childhood sweethearts engaged from small, in the end can't resist power pressure. Ryan, you rely on Joe Group to seduce my wife, have face to be mistress but no face to be called? Comment section exploded, some cursed Ryan bullying with power, some cursed me gold-digging cheating woman, even someone dug out Joe Group's stock code, calling for boycott. Ryan sleepily hugged me. What's wrong? I handed the phone, he glanced, sneered, crazy. Then got out of bed, directly called the company legal department. I logged into Long and used Facebook, posted 3 long chat record images. First, Ethan and Luna's explicit intimate photo, time showed when we hadn't broken up. Second, Ethan's text to divorce me for Luna. Clara, Luna has been noisy these days, accompany me act to play, let's divorce first. Third, his threat sent yesterday midnight. If you are unkind, don't blame me for being unjust, wait for ruin. Caption simple brutal, Ethan, need me to remind you of the divorce certificate date? 10 minutes later, Ethan time management master rushed to hot search. Ethan dared to call me. I pressed record before answering, that side came his choking voice. Clara, stop messing, the one I truly love is only you. Oh? I turned on speaker, Ryan raised eyebrow came to listen. Ryan is just younger, with some stinking money? He got more excited, do you know, his project last month just caused deaths. Ryan suddenly chuckled. The phone side instantly dead silent. Mr. Ethan. I said leisurely. Forgot to tell you, this call is recording, by the way, the death case you rumored, court long judged it was competitor's frame. Oh right, I added, your earlier statement constitutes slander. 1 hour later, Joe Group official Weibo released statement, has formally sued Ethan for slander, attached evidence package. Zip. The zip included Ethan's transfer records for buying trolls and his company's tax evasion accounts. Hot search completely exploded. Ethan deleted all Facebook, but netizens long screenshot. Someone made his crying interview video into emoji, caption, when I'm ruthless, I even send myself to police station. I always thought Luna was Ethan's white moonlight and heart, in photos she beautiful, coquettish, even I found her pitifully cute. Until that day, in mall I bumped into her arm in arm with a strange man, red lips to his ear coquettishly laughing. Don't worry, that idiot Ethan, the money he transferred this time is enough to support you for half a year. I stood at the corner, silently opened recording function. Turns out, his so-called first love, was just a rotten moon plated with gold powder. I anonymously sent the video to Ethan's email, his first reaction was rage. Who are you? Why stalk Luna? Have time to fake and send such obvious PS video, better look in mirror more. I was lazy to explain, cancelled the anonymous email. That instant, I suddenly found it laughable. I wasted nearly 20 years with such idiot trash. Some time later, I got news from Ryan, turns out Luna's outside kept pretty boy boyfriend was a scammer, ran away with all her savings a few days ago, left her with a butt of debt. She cried turning back to find Ethan, but found Ethan's company investigated for tax evasion, luxury house, and cars all mortgaged. Worse, during Chu family stock turmoil, he was photographed alone getting drunk in bar. Video comment section full of mockery, isn't this Ethan? How did he end up like this? Heard his ex-wife is now Joe Group young madam? Deserves it. Scum man green tea, lock dead don't harm people. After half a year, Ethan somehow got my new number. Late night, his hoarse voice came from phone, Clara. I regret. I was leaning in Ryan's arms eating strawberries, lightly laughed, regret what? Regret not cherishing you. He choked, now I know, women like Luna can't compare to you. Ryan suddenly took the phone, tone cold, Mr. Ethan, we need to rest, no time to hear your repentance. Phone side dead silent for a moment, came suppressed crying. The grievances accumulated over years with Ethan, now no desire to accuse him, meaningless. I bit the strawberry Ryan handed, sweet enough to squint eyes. Some people only fit to live in memories as a lesson. After Ethan's company bankrupt, family completely disappointed in him, sent him abroad to fend for himself, lost Chu family inheritance forever, later heard he was pulled into gambling abroad, owed huge debts, living neither human nor ghost. As for Luna? Heard after separating from Ethan, she hooked a nouveau riche, result the wife brought maternal brothers to door, smashed all her luxuries. Later someone photographed her in urban village, heavy makeup couldn't cover haggard, arguing with vegetable vendor over 3 cents. Under Ryan's encouragement, I developed my hobby, opened a flower shop. This shop has become a city landmark. One day I arranged a bunch of red roses for a client as required. Ryan stared at that bunch for 10 minutes. Next day, my work table piled with top Juliet roses. Use this to practice. He straight-faced, red roses, from now on only for me. Result afternoon he received 99 red roses. I had delivery guy send to his company, card writing. Ryan, your order not allowed to others has arrived. Whole company saw their boss ear tips red signing for it. Ryan first saw me, was in 5-year-old midsummer. At that time my family hadn't had accident, living in North City Villa area, Ryan's family too. That day I wore pure white tutu skirt, barefoot stepping on fountain pool edge feeding koi, water splashes wet skirt hem but didn't care, smiling brighter than sunlight. Hey! That in black clothes. I shouted at the boy peeking under tree shade. Do you want to play too? He retreated half-step like startled cat. Later he told me, that was the 3rd day he escaped from Joe's old house. Watched a few idol drama episodes with mom, just learned to run away from home Joe young master. One day after marriage, Ryan suddenly hugged from behind, nose tip rubbing my hair, you like a princess sneaked out from fairy tale. I turned pinching his cheek. So Ryan wanted to marry Princess Home since small? He chuckled low, kiss fell on my fingertip. No, it was Princess who first extended hand to me. Pity soon after, my family had accident and moved, we lost contact for 20 years. Look, it's snowing. Do you say this counts as growing old together? Hey ancestor, quickly put on coat, don't catch cold then I still have to take care of you.